live.
Dump, dump, dump.
Wait, let me get this.
Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the newest episode of Creators Live. We have some special guests in his house. Coming again is Pokey Dexter. Haven't seen you in a while, but I'm so glad you can make it. We've missed you dearly here on Creators Live.
Thank you for having me again.
And we have a new friend in the house. How would you say your name? Because we've been saying it different ways, all of us. How would you say your name?
I've been hearing it new a little bit recently, so I don't know. I might change it a little bit, but I think Pokey Stokey is pretty funny.
I win. It is Pokey Stokey.
I mean, it rolls off the tongue, so I do like that. Pokey Stokey. Well, Pokey Stokey, thank you for coming.
Thanks.
So we can get introduced to you because we've all introduced ourselves in the past. I'm wondering what's your earliest memories of Pokemon and how'd you get into it?
Oh, great question. Great question. I think my earliest memory is like I still have some of my cards right here, like my OG beanie, it's sitting right in front of me. I always keep it to keep stoked, but we used to carry them around in our back pockets. And we went out to like recess and we would pretend that we were the Pokemon that we were battling. So we would like enact awesome. Like a Pokemon battle. So it was kind of like, this was pre-video game too. So like, wow. When you think about it, it was like we were making our first like video game kind of like we wanted to battle like for real, we wanted the Pokemon to battle. So yeah, that was probably the first memory.
Well, what Pokemon would you be like the most?
Oh, my spirit animal Pokemon.
Well, as a kid, who did you choose to be?
Oh man, I think it was probably Meryl. I loved Meryl.
Oh yeah.
I thought Meryl was like, and like his tail as a ball. I just thought he would like whip it around like
just knock people out with it.
Whatever. Yeah.
Do you remember when Meryl was rumored to be called Peekaboo back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peekaboo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the whole rumor was like it was going to be like a water evolution of Pikachu. Of course, none of that ever happened, but I always thought it was so exciting.
There was that. It was like it was Meryl like conspiracy back in the day.
Oh, for sure. And there were all these like, this was like the birth of the internet, and there were all these fake Pokemon that were coming out, and one was like a Pikachu with like fire on his tail, and they said in Gold and Silver you were going to be able to crossbreed Pokemon, and the sky's the limit with like hybrids. That would have been pretty dope.
Yeah, Pokemon needs to step up their game. We're still waiting on that.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, it's all hitting you right now, isn't it?
Oh my god,
it's all coming back to me.
Too much.
You've unzipped me, Doc. You've unzipped me.
Ken, what's up? Thank you for joining us.
How's it going, guys?
Hey,
thank you.
Oh, I was just asking Pokey Stokey what's his earliest Pokemon memories, and I'll shoot the question at you as well, Ken, since you're new to the show. What's your earliest memories of Pokemon, and how'd you get into it? Go on.
My earliest memory was from I picked up Pokemon Crystal actually when I was a kid, and I had the the Game Boy Color or whatever. So, you play with like the little light that attaches to it and everything like that. You got the little light that hangs over it, which is always a pain because it would always get in the way of the screen. But that's my earliest memory was playing that and picking, I was that person that picked Totodile, basic. But my earliest memory would technically be Pokemon cards, because I know that I got into those first and they were cheaper than buying like, a system to play the games on. But I know I played Crystal first and I played Yellow, and then I kind of went in order after that, but I had to like backtrack. So that was like my thing.
How old are you?
I did Crystal first. And so I got to kind of experience, Johto, and especially because it goes into Kanto. So then playing Yellow was kind of crazy because, watching the show as a kid, and then actually being able to play the show basically. So it worked out as that, like, I guess it was weird to go in that order, but it worked out because I watched the show and stuff. Like, that's what got me into it. So I watched the show, and I was able to basically play as Ash, because that's basically what Yellow is. you play as Ash with Pikachu and stuff, and that was a ton of fun. But yeah, that's my earliest Pokemon memory, honestly.
Well, at least you're well cultured. You decided to go back and
yeah, exactly.
Good for you. All right, guys. So there was new cards coming out with the new set announcement. So I want to show some of the new art and the new cards. And GPA is our modern expert here, so he can talk about what's going on. Let me share the screen. And I'm always interested in seeing the new cards because the cards are all about the artwork. So I'm going to show that.
Oh, we get to see it right now.
Ooh,
yeah.
Screenshot.
Ooh.
All right, so this is working.
Dude, they look sick.
So first off, what's being introduced is what's this called, GPA? Like alternative artwork?
Yeah, so if you guys remember back in like Cosmic Eclipse, Unbroken Bonds, or Unified Minds, they had these alternate art full art cards for the tag teams. And so this is basically the same thing, but now for VMAXs and Pokemon Vs. So as you can see, there's that's the single strike Urshifu VMAX. And then the other one is the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. And you can see the difference between artwork. One is more like creative, like digital artwork. And then the other one is more like a painting almost.
Yeah, and what Rapid Strike is, it just applies to the trading card game, the TCG playing. It's just it's a new way to play the card game, and they're introducing it this year, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I love.
That is crazy.
I know, right? Doesn't that look so cool? And check out this other one. This is the other. So these are the normal artworks, which look awesome, and then this would be the alternative one.
Oh my god!
I was gonna say really that nice. Alternate Rapid Strike one, right? Because it's the blue one's Rapid Strike. Got to say that is absolutely beautiful. I love like there's like you can see the Cramorants and the Arcudas, the Clobopus. Like that one tops it for me. I saw both of them and I was like, I have to try and see if I can get that Rapid Strike one because I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but I love Cosmic Eclipse. So like, and the reason is because of those alternate art cards. So the fact that Battle Styles has that makes me want to at least try. Obviously, I want to open it just because I can. And of course, there's a Tyranitar and stuff too. But like the alternate artwork just makes it for me because then it's like that's a set that I personally like, and then that also gives me hope that they're gonna, continue with that. Because even though it adds more cards to the set, makes it a bigger set, I think that artwork is just absolutely beautiful, honestly. So
there's so much detail. Like
it's really beautiful.
What that is a
portrait. Those are just the two first cards that they showed. They said that there's many more to be revealed in Pokemon VMAXs and Vs. So we can think outside the box. We can see like VMAXs having their Rainbow Rares and alternate full arts. And maybe these cards can be more of a collector's item than a competitive item because Battle Styles is going to be one of the more competitive sets out of any of the ones that we've seen so far.
Yeah, I was going to say GPA. Does that mean that you're going to be going after these cards instead of gold cards now?
I was actually thinking about like collecting all the alternate art cards that are releasing from Battle Styles and onwards because they haven't done that yet. And to be fair, VMAXs and their artworks are just amazing in general. So why not?
GPA, could you explain the mechanic of Rapid Strike and Single Strike for this set?
Yeah, so basically the Rapid Strike and Single Strike are two ways to play the Pokemon trading card game. It's basically one of them correlates to a specific set of Pokemon. So they have like specific supporter cards, item cards that correlate to Rapid Strike Pokemon. And any one of them that have that emblem, the blue emblem on the top, that means like those cards can go and combine and do different combos and different plays with those particular cards. And the same thing with Single Strike. Rapid Strike, more or less based on the attacks, is basically like doing a lot of spread damage and like a lot of like very little damage, but like for little energy costs. But then the Single Strike is more like heavy damage, super heavy damage, but for a lot of energy costs. So the different items and supporter cards play with the Rapid Strike and the Single Strike. I forget what it's called, but like, like they just play along with each other. So we have like things like there's the Mustard Champion like Rapid Strike card where if you use it, you get more cards based off of how many you discard and all that stuff. And it only applies to Rapid Strike Pokemon, or if depending on like how many single strike Pokemon you have on your bench and on the active spot, then you can get as many cards as you want and all that stuff. So it's a lot of it, but generally it's just one card set plays with one and the other card set plays with the other. So hence
I think it's time to get back into the TCG. It's sounding fun.
That's really cool, man.
These are the new boxes with the Blastoise and Venusaur VMAX. I don't know if you guys seen Pokestoki. Have you seen the Blastoise VMAX or Venusaur VMAX?
No, I haven't seen any of these yet.
Do you know what a VMAX is?
Oh yeah. I've pulled a couple. I'm stoked.
Good.
Love the Venusaur.
Yeah,
he looks great.
They both look awesome. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I was joking with Titanic the other day and saying in one of his lives saying that because we were talking about like Shining Fates and having like the hit cards basically from the Shiny Star V being promos in the English set. I was joking. I was like, they'll just drop a bomb and it'll have Shiny Blastoise VMAX and Shiny Venusaur VMAX just to like rope everybody back in, you know, all the nostalgia. So, and you know, it's already bad enough with like Hidden Fate. So then I'm like, I feel like they're going to do something like that where they just like, you know, come out of left field with it. But like, and he's like, it could happen, but you know.
Bro, Shiny Blastoise VMAX, that would be freaking awesome.
So are these from the Hidden Fates or Shining Fates release, or are these from a different set?
These are basically two separate products from Shining Fates. No, like they're separate from the set, so they're not included at all. They're just promo cards, like Sword and Shield promo, like Wano, whatever.
I got you.
Like in those boxes as well. I didn't know this before, but you actually get those deck sleeves. So you see that like there's a picture of them each other. On the right side of the box, you get like deck sleeves,
which is new for these type of boxes to come with sleeves. That's brand new. And then you have the new battle style packs in there, and then some Sun and Moon, and then I see Darkness Ablaze in there as well.
Yep.
Cool. So let's go over some more other new cards. So yeah, these are the other boxes, and they come with the promos of the Rapid Strike cards, which probably aren't going to be too collectible or too rare, but if you're into the playing TCG game, that might be cool for you. It comes with some packs. And quickly go over some other new cards. This is GPA's favorite Pokemon right here, Bolton, which is cool. That's gonna be
definitely, dude.
That's gonna be in the new set?
Right? Yeah, all those cards that you're showing on the screen right now are gonna be in the new set battle styles, and each one of them, especially the Galarian Mr. Rime and the Yamper, go together. Yamper has like an ability where you can get a Pokeball and a Great Ball from your discard pile. And then Mr. Rime basically says the first attack, you get the discard however many cards that have like the ball, the quote unquote ball in their name, like item cards or whatever, and you do like as much damage as you want, how many times you discard. So it's like that's the new thing with the battle styles, is like there's multiple cards that go together with each other to make a lot of new combinations competitively. So yeah,
that's fun.
There's a card here that is my favorite looking V card that I've seen to date, and it looks sick. It says Mimikyu.
Oh wow!
Now these are all new. These are all new cards here. I know that's a fan favorite. These Koku.
Dude, look at that mustache! Look at that caterpillar.
But check this out. I love this artwork. I think it looks so freaking cool.
That looks awesome.
It does look cool. I agree.
Like for a V card, usually these V cards seem pretty basic, but this looks really cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think it's funny that of all Pokemon, like I'm not hating on any Pokemon. It's just like, you know, it's one of those weird things. But I can't believe that Kricketune V happened. Like, you know, people like what they like, but like there's way more. There's other Pokemon that it's like,
yeah.
Why did you pick that one?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, what was the decision?
Right.
I agree. Kricketune's boring.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
One thing about that Bronzong right there, I don't know if you guys passed it, but one thing about it is that the ability is probably gonna make that Bronzong card worth a little bit. So like maybe like $5 or something like that, because of the way how the meta game is. Like a bunch of people use Zacian for its ability as well. And since that ability that Bronzong has basically means that you can move metal energies from one Pokemon to the other Pokemon as much as you would like, you can do that with Zacian and move around and do all this weird things. So Bronzong, look out for that one when you're opening battle styles.
That's going to make Zamazenta decks even more OP than they already are.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, you played the TCG too, right, Pokédexter?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Most of my like collection is like vintage stuff, but I've kept up with the competitive side of Pokemon cards for I'd say almost 10 years now. So I still play, yeah.
It's interesting as a reseller, though, GPA, you're mentioning these cards being special because of how valuable they are to the TCG, but it also makes the price go up. So as a reseller, you got to think about these players, like the price goes up because they want them so bad as well. It's not just about the Charizard or the super rare holo, sometimes it's about the TCG, and if an ability is really good, that makes it wanted more.
Yeah, or like an item card, like this gold Electro Power. Sorry, I just had to flex real quick.
Of course. Just had to show off the gold card.
Yep.
How close are you to completing?
How close am I to completing that thing? Well,
the whole gold
the
collection.
whole thing. It's still being worked on. I have a bunch of gold cards coming in, and it's gonna be amazing once that set is entirely.
Would you
finished.
say you're at 50% completion?
I want to say maybe 30%. To be fair.
Really?
There's a lot out there.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't realize.
Straight questing, dude.
Yeah.
GPA, what deck are you playing at the moment? I saw that you play online still.
Yeah, I still use Eternatus because I haven't updated any decks or anything like that. So Eternatus VMAX is still pretty good to go, using its ability for 8 Darkness Pokemon and all the different possibilities. And Crobat V as well is very useful. So Eternatus VMAX is still my go-to.
Nice one. It's been I think over a year now. I'm still playing a Zekrom Pikachu deck.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. That's a sweaty deck right there.
Yeah.
Very sweaty.
GPA, do you know how
it's still around?
Yeah.
Sorry, GPA, do you know how much the Blastoise VMAX and Venusaur VMAX boxes are going to be?
Yeah, they're gonna retail for $25, which is surprising since the Shining Fates is gonna be like 30 or so, 35, but $25 is the retail value.
Well, it's usually 20, right? So it's $5 more, actually.
Yeah, I think it's like similar to the Meowth VMAX. If you've had that box, it's like I think it is 25 or $30, but like to be fair, like Venusaur and Blastoise are the Gen 1 starters, so I would say like if you don't get it on release day or if you don't pre-order that box, then you're probably not gonna get it for a while.
All right, cool. I got some questions from my followers. Let's see. This is a quick one. Just everyone real quick, and I'll call you guys by name. Just quickly, your top 3 favorite Pokemon. Me would be Charizard, Gyarados, and Tyranitar. GPA, go.
Mine's gonna be in order of Voltund. I want to say Kyogre next, and then it's gotta be the substitute if it was a Pokemon. Yeah.
Technically, it's the very first Pokemon.
Technically, yeah, but it's technically not as well, which is sad.
Barry.
So I don't have a top 3. I got a top 2, but number 1 is Lugia, and number 2 is Alolan Raichu. Those are top
cool.
2 favorites.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
that. A modern Pokemon. Nice.
This guy.
Pokédexter.
Well, because I'm a basic bish, I have to go with Pikachu. That's number 1. And I've got the tattoo.
Hey, I like Charizard.
Pikachu. Number 2 would be Luxray. And number 3, I think I would also have to say Lugia as well.
Yeah, my third was between Tyranitar and Lugia, but I went with Tyranitar. Go ahead, Ken, your top 3 Pokemon.
Okay, well, I mean, most people know my top 3, but my top 3 is... It's kind of hard because my first place always switches, but I'll go with Tyranitar instead of Larvitar. I know that's kind of crazy, but I love Tyranitar. And then Dragonite is my number 2, and then Staraptor for number 3 because I love Gen 4. So all Gen 4 Pokemon to me in some way have a special place in my heart because I don't know how many hours I played on Platinum. So yeah, but Staraptor is my favorite of those of the Gen 4.
That's the one with the red bang, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Pokestokey, your top 3 Pokemon.
Dude, it's so tough. All right, I think I gotta go with right now my favorite Pokemon are probably Umbreon. Gotta keep it dark and mystic.
That's my little sister's favorite Pokemon is Umbreon.
Dude, Umbreon, such a cool cat. And then I gotta give it to my other cat, probably Jolteon. And then Lugia. Dude, it's gotta be Lugia. It's gotta be Lugia. It has to be. I can't help it.
You are hunting for the Jolteon card, right? I think I saw that in your video.
Yeah, I am. I was gonna put Jolteon out because I was like, maybe it's just because I want that card really bad right now. But Jolteon, when I look at it, I get stoked. I can't help it.
Hey, Pokestokey, was that a first edition Lugia you were flashing?
Yeah, dude. It's from my childhood collection. I remember the trade for it. I had to trade up all my good stuff. Back in the day.
Beautiful card.
Are you considering grading it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
I just sent mine off to be graded.
Really?
Not even a week ago. So I'm really nervous to see what it will get.
What do you think? It's Neo Genesis.
It's from Neo. Yeah.
Dang. That's one of the really rare ones, right?
What do you think it's gonna get, Dexter?
So it is in really great condition, but the bad news is it does have a print line on the holographic. Mm-hmm. So it is definitely not going to be a 10, but I'm best case scenario would be a 9 would be amazing. Yeah. But I don't know how badly print lines affect grading, to be honest.
Yeah, it just hits it down off of a 10. I think it's it got to be at least a 9.
Yeah,
but I was gonna say too, since it's vintage, any grade is really good. Honestly, especially if you're keeping it, any grade's good. So I have my most vintage card basically is a Ho-Oh from Neo Revelation, the fire one, not the normal type one or whatever, colorless, whatever. But I have that, and it's in bad condition, but I'm still gonna get it graded just because it's one of my childhood cards. And I, of course, I was that kid that didn't keep his stuff, so I don't have my Charizard or anything that I did when I when I was a kid. I had all 3 starters and stuff, but I still have that. So even if it's in bad condition, I'm gonna keep it for myself. So I might as well get it graded just so that I have it.
Take it to the grave. Take it to the grave.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a good way to preserve it too. Just keep it safe.
Yeah,
I hear BGS does UV protection, so it's better for long-term protection.
Oh, okay.
I heard.
UV.
The rumor is.
Is that necessary? UV protection.
Somebody's been watching Guru.
Are you taking it to the beach? Why would you need UV?
Going on a romantic getaway with it, guys.
Somebody's watching Guru.
Everyone on YouTube,
Los Angeles Sun.
What are you talking about, Jim?
No, nothing. Go.
Everyone on YouTube, you can go ahead and put your questions in. We'll be answering your questions as we go through this. But I got some more. This one's interesting. I'm not sure if we have any card experts in here, but what Pokemon set is the best? That's such a general question. What Pokemon set is the best?
Oh man,
that's a tough battle between modern and vintage.
Let's ask it this way: what's your favorite set, guys? What's your favorite? GPA, you go first.
Okay, out of all the sets out there, let's see. To be fair, I really love Cosmic Eclipse because the green code again is you can get the secret rare, technically, the character cards, but as well Vivid Voltage, you can also get amazing rares. But I do like how there's a lot more character cards in Cosmic Eclipse. And again, there's alternate cards, there's gold cards, there's rainbow cards, there's full arts, there's tag teams, GXs, character cards, all these different things in Cosmic. So it's got to be Cosmic,
Okay, same answer?
I mean, since GPA said it, I'll let him take that because I have another set that I like that's vintage actually, which is the Delta Species set.
Well, there's a difference between modern and vintage.
Okay, true GPA. I get it. I understand.
If I had to say vintage favorite, it would definitely be either EX Delta Species or Crystal Guardians, and because I have cards.
That's not vintage.
GPA, we're gonna be best of friends. We're gonna be best of friends.
It's not. Are you guys the same age? How old are you, Ken?
I'm 27. I'll be 28 this year.
I'm the youngest here. I'm 21. So. Yeah.
Hey, it don't matter. Age is but a number, right?
All right.
Us old heads, we know what real vintage is. Okay, Delta species is not vintage.
Delta species is nostalgic, right, Manny?
I don't even know what it is. Barry, go ahead.
Favorite Cosmic Eclipse. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for the artwork, it's so sick. Yeah.
Well, actually, for I just got the best pulls from Cosmic Eclipse, so that's my all-time favorite out of all the packs.
Pokédexter, your favorite set of all time?
So my favorite kind of era would be the Heart Gold, Soul Silver era of Pokemon cards. So I would have to go with Undaunted was probably the set I had the most love for, especially as that was also kind of when I really went knee deep into competitive Pokemon. And in second place, I would also say Next Destinies, which was from I think it was Black and White. Was it Black and White? Because that's when Mewtwo EX got introduced, and it was just such a dawn. It was in every deck. So those would probably be my two favorite sets.
See, I didn't expect that from you since you're the vintage guy with all your vintage cards. Nice, I like that. Pokestokey, your favorite
Betrayal. I gotta split it up into vintage and modern. So vintage, dude.
That's a lot of vintage.
I don't want to be basic.
There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong.
It's okay, Pokestokey.
Man. I know.
Let it out. Let it out.
Thanks for this. Let it out. All right, I gotta confess. Jungle, dude. Jungle. I love Jungle.
Jungle doesn't get enough love. I'm so glad you said that.
Thank you. Point. I mean, second set ever released. It was just, or was it third set? Was Jungle before Fossil?
Yeah, Jungle was second.
Before?
Yeah,
Jungle was second. Yeah. So, dude. Yeah. So okay. Anyways, and then I think new modern set is Unified Minds still considered modern? I mean, is it modern if it's not sold in
No, it is. Anything basically above X and Y, from X and Y base set onwards, is still modern because it's all from the expanded competitive set. So yeah.
Okay, cool. I mean, Unified Minds has got something for everybody. I think the GXs, the tag teams in there too.
Tag teams are fun.
It's really cool. I've enjoyed opening up all of Unified Minds, and there's old Pokemon that are in Rainbow Rare, the Dragonite Rainbow Rare is so cool, but also mixing in all the modern Pokemon. So I think that's probably my modern.
Yeah, I love that Pokemon introduced that idea of having the tag team cards and combining Pokemon with each other. Unified Minds has that, Unbroken Bonds, and then you have the team up or tag team or team up card set or tag
I think
team?
Both. Yeah.
What's the set called? Tag team or team up?
Team up, I think, because it's team up.
Team up, yep.
And then it's Unbroken Bonds, I'm pretty sure, and then it's Unified Minds and then Cosmic.
It just makes it unique, I
feel those four sets are kind of to me because I don't know them too well, but they seem the same to me. They all have the tag team cards in them, and they seem similar, right?
Yeah, they just have different so each set has different cards. So the big card from Team Up is the Latios and Latias alternate art and the Gengar and Mimikyu tag team, and then Unbroken Bonds obviously is the Charizard and Reshiram. But there's a few others in there. I can't remember them off the top of my head. But the Marshadow Machamp and stuff like that. Gardevoir and Sylveon's another big one too, and that Titanic would know because he's a Gardevoir simp. So, but and then in Unified, the big one was Mewtwo and Mew. But they had I don't remember I always get it mixed up. But I know that Unified had either it's Psyduck and Slowpoke or Wailord and Magikarp, and then the other one has the other one. Yeah, the Unbroken has the other one.
The Slowpoke and Psyduck is in Unified Minds, and then Cosmic has the other one that you're talking about. I forget what it's called.
Oh, Cosmic. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say those two are probably my favorite just because who in the world thought that Magikarp and Wailord would be, obviously they're both
I love that.
Who would think that they would be together?
This is a great idea.
And Slowpoke and Psyduck would totally be kicking it. Like they would be
Best
hanging
friends.
out for sure. Mewtwo, Mew, like, well, you can't beat that. Like, you can't beat that Rainbow Rare.
And
like,
Mewtwo, like being annoyed by Mew, just perfect.
Great
art.
Yeah.
Hey, Pokestokey, is that by chance a Tamagotchi around your neck?
Oh my god! I wish it was.
Is that a Digivice?
Dude,
I thought it was a Tamagotchi for the
I thought it was a
last half an hour.
Digivice.
Digivice? Oh my god! You guys are bringing it back. I'm stoked.
All the nostalgia.
I got some people who know. No, it's my party watch, man. I always have a watch on my neck, and this is my like special one for special occasions like this one.
Nice. All right. So for me, favorite modern set has to be the one that's coming out next. For me, that's always exciting to open the newest thing, especially if there's a Charizard in it. Ooh. It's always exciting. So for me, yeah, modern, it's always the new set coming out, especially Shining Fates. Who's not wanting to open that?
Same.
And vintage, I mean, come on, base set 1, like the one that started it all.
Yeah,
that is nostalgic.
Yeah.
And going back to Jungle though, it's so weird to me that base set Shadowless First Edition that's wanted very much so, and then it just jumps to the Neo cards where those packs are so expensive, and then the Jungle and Fossil like kind of left out. It's like so weird to me.
I mean, there's still Ken Sugimori in Jungle, like,
yeah,
is there not?
There is.
Yeah. Like, I mean, he's still there. If you want to go back further, the Cardass, like 1997 Cardass, the like action themed artwork, like, I mean, the like vending machine cards that was available for like 9 months.
See, I didn't know you knew about those.
Oh, bro, I actually kind of, I mean, we should give tribute to those. I got my little hollow Articuno right here.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Very cool.
Dude, but they're like the action in it.
Oh yeah, the Cardass cards. If people don't know about those, man, they were never released in America. They came out in 96, 97. There's a few different sets under that Cardass name, and oh my god, they're so this artwork, it's older than this artwork, and it's like so like prehistoric, predates this. It's so cool. It's like you're getting a glimpse into what Pokemon was before it was, really Pokemon, and some of the Pokemon look different. Like Metapod, he's not green, he's gray in one of the cards, and in the cards it's other Pokemon. Yeah, and some of the cards, it's Pokemon attacking other Pokemon, like biting them and hurting them. Psyduck is always getting beat up in those cards. They're awesome.
Every Pokemon is beating up Psyduck. Like, he has always been the runt of the litters, like the complete runt. It's just a lot of emotion in there, Like, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see this really well, but like,
that's
I don't know, you can just kind of feel like the spirit of the
what
first
is that?
Pokemon.
That's Cardass.
Flareon.
Yeah, I got my binder in my closet.
What is that, like some like black market card?
I just explained everything what it was. Or you're not listening, Mr. Modern Expert.
Playing on his phone.
I know about the Cardass cards. I've seen them before. I've seen like the Charmander has the spike on his back and all that. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Not too much about those, but I just know what they look like and their names. That's all.
I'm gonna check the YouTube chat. I still have a lot of questions on this paper. I just want to hit the people watching real quick. What's your guys' favorite legendary birds? Real quick. First, I want to say the Galarian birds are awesome. Awesome concept, awesome design. So good job, Pokemon, for coming up with those designs. Yeah. But I'm thinking of the old birds. So favorite would have to be Moltres. I'm a fire guy. Like I like all the fire starters. So Moltres. Barry, your favorite bird, legendary bird?
Oh, I really love the new Galarian Zapdos. Love that one.
GPA.
That was awesome.
Yes, it is.
My favorite has to be Articuno, because I mean it's really cool.
It's a pretty bird. It's a pretty bird.
It's a pretty bird.
Cool. I have to say mine probably has to go Ho-Oh. I love Ho-Oh.
Ho-Oh. I forgot about Ho-Oh. Oh, okay. I changed my answer.
Manny's like, I'm changing it. Rewind.
Moltres to Ho-Oh for sure. Ho-Oh does not get enough love. Ho-Oh was
Lugia is better.
Ouch, Barry.
Is that a bird? Is he a bird?
Ouch.
Is that a bird?
Oh, that hurt.
Pokey Stokey, your favorite legendary bird?
Zapdos.
Nice. Dexter.
Zapdos as well. Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Dexter?
Yeah. Fist bump.
Oh, this is an interesting question for GPA from Giving Bulbasaur. GPA, what's your favorite non-modern card, if you have one?
Oh, yeah. Everyone always wants to see these things, man. All right, here it is. I still have them inside.
This time,
we just want to know your one favorite.
Okay, my one favorite has to be well, it's my new goal as well, is to get a PSA 10 of this. Is I don't know, again, you guys call it not vintage, but it is vintage. It's from Delta Species. It's the Gold Star Kyogre card.
Oh, okay.
Kyogre. So I mean, nice. It's PSA 10. I don't know how much it is. Last I saw was like 2,000, but you know, we out here. But I do have vintage cards. Let me just show one real quick. Yeah, it's not in the sleeve. Have at it. It's a Venusaur.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Promo card,
so pretty.
But yeah,
goodness.
I do have vintage cards on.
Who's the artist for that one?
This one is Ken Sugimori. Yeah.
Also. Oh my god.
Yep.
What set is that? Is that the?
It's a promo card. Apparently, from what I learned on Instagram, there's a bunch of people on there that know
Japanese CD
vintage and stuff. Yeah, it used to be from the Japanese CD promo, I guess, but also Nintendo Power were doing like a promo thing for like, I think it was like some of the Pokemon games way back then, and I guess that's how we got it. I don't know how, but
was it 2001? Do you know?
It says it was like 19. It says like the regular, like if it was from base set, like all the 1995, 96, and 99. Like, so I don't really know too much about it, but I just somehow have it, and yeah,
that's it.
Yep.
All right, another quick question from officially Whelm 25. Everyone's favorite starter Pokemon, but it has to be second gen and up, so you can't choose anything from first gen.
Yes. Finally.
So, second gen up. Next best thing is Cyndaquil.
Oh my goodness.
Second, does she mean Gen 3 and up, or like Gen 2 and up?
She said Gen 2 and up.
Oh.
I guess second gen and up, yeah.
Well, it has to be Totodile.
Choice.
Barry.
Score Bunny.
There wait, we're talking about Gen 2 and up.
Yeah, too late. Can't go back. Ken, what's yours?
Oh my god.
Ken, hurry.
Wow. My favorite has to be, I know it sounds weird, Turtwig.
Hey.
Oh, nice. Cool.
I chose him too.
Yeah.
Dexter.
I love Turtwig.
So my first choice was going to be Cyndaquil too, Manny, but then I thought, okay, that's already taken. But it actually did remind me that I absolutely love Tepig.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
And Mr. Pokey Stokey.
Chikorita.
Hey. We're so basic.
Spinning that thing around.
I'm changing mine. It's either Mudkip or Trico, one or the other. I always use both of them, but they're just too good. They're too good.
Trico's
Torchic
rad.
can go do whatever it wants.
What can I do?
Now it's become starter hate. What's your most hated starter, GPA?
Dude, it's gotta be Litten, man. Like, come on.
Litten.
Like Litten.
Good choice.
Come on, it's just the cat, man. No creativity. Gen 7 is probably it was just not good. I didn't like it. Maybe the cards were all right, but the games are just not good.
Yeah, Cosmic, all that stuff. All the cards are cool, but the games themselves are like meh. I mean, I liked Rowlet, but that's who I played or who I picked.
Yeah, me
but
too.
yeah, Litten and Popplio can,
Yeah,
go away.
They're irrelevant. How about that? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
All right, we have a question here. It says, what's better, first edition or Shadowless? And just quickly, well, first edition, and it has the same artwork as this base set here, same artwork. First edition came out first, and then the Shadowless came out. But you're asking what's better. It can go either way. That you can have like a Shadowless Charizard be better than a first edition Weedle, Depends on what card it is and the rarity of it. So it just depends on the card. But Usually it'd be first edition shadowless. Those came first and they're worth more, but it depends. It depends. Did I answer that thoroughly, guys? Do you have any more input on that one? No. Okay.
Vintage is not collectible.
I could chime in for sure.
Please, Pokey Stokey.
Dude, I don't know. There's some cards that are like, there were less, I think, shadowless. Like shadowless is a little bit more scarce, if you will. They're a little bit more elusive to find. So I think you definitely got to keep out, like, if you're looking for, like, I don't know. I think best is subjective. You know, if you're looking for that, what is it, like PSA 10 Snorlax that's shadowless, I think there's less shadowless than first edition, you know.
Good point. Yes. So it depends on the card, guys. It depends on the card. It can go both ways. There can be a shadowless card worth more than a first edition shadowless card for sure. Interesting question here. Will CGC ever surpass PSA? Now, PSA is the gold standard when it comes to grading cards. It's the go-to, but they've been having a lot of trouble recently, guys. They're backed up a lot. They're behind like on 1 million cards or something like that. So people have been starting to grade with CGC, which is they started as a comic grading company, which is they are the top graders of comic books, and now they're going into Pokemon cards. And they're on the come up, guys. A lot of people are going to them now. Their turnaround time is, I believe, 2 months right now, whereas PSA, it takes 8 months to grade a card, and which is insane. So to flip cards faster, people have been going to CGC, and they've been getting a lot of business. Will CGC ever surpass PSA? Anything's possible. PSA can go bankrupt and go out of business. You know, anything's possible. But as of right now, I don't know. They still get a lot of sports cards. So, but I don't know. If we're talking Pokemon, maybe. What do you guys think?
I love the slabs for Beckett. Those are my favorite. The reason I wouldn't grade with CGC is purely just for aesthetics, because I really don't like how their slabs look.
Yeah.
So that's probably why I personally wouldn't use CGC. That's really the only reason, though, for me.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I agree with Dexter. I like that, like CGC's slabs, and I was telling a few people about this. I'm like, CGC slabs feel so basic, I guess is the word. Like it's just a blue, like, yeah, you have the little design, but like PSA, Beckett looks like classy, if that makes sense. Like the like font, I guess they use for their design and everything. It looks classy. And then PSA has all the information, what set, the grade, the gem mint, et cetera, and then, you know, what year the set came out and all that stuff. So like they have information on theirs, and then CGC is like, here, you have a 9.5, and that's like basically it. And it's like, I feel like they could put a little bit more effort into it, and if they do that, then they could get like started rolling the ball rolling. But I feel like, and I was telling Titanic this, and he was the one talking about it too. But like with CGC, it's better to use them as to grade your cards to sell. So like instead of just selling it raw, you grade with them, because the turnaround's fast enough that you could go to them and go, basically take the CGC and then put it up and say, hey, this is a graded card rather than this is a raw card. So
yeah, so just reading the YouTube chat. Any other input on that, guys?
I have no idea how to grade anything, so anything that you guys say is literally like, okay, sounds good.
Right. Yeah, I personally go through I go through third-party graders. Like I can't do it on my own.
But like in real talk though, like I mean, PSA is like the standard for grading, but like if you want to like level it up, it's like BGS. But then like also if you want a cheaper way, CGC. That's pretty much my understanding about it. But then if you really want to just go black market, just GMA, you know. That's all I know.
Milo Carp TCG on the YouTube chat said something interesting. He said, no, CGC will be phased out once COVID passes. Interesting. I wonder why he thinks that.
That's a very interesting point to make, yeah.
Even if COVID passes, PSA still is going to be backed up. So I'm curious why he thinks that. And will COVID ever pass? Who knows?
At this point, like we're already
Tune in
like
next
8
year.
days.
Yeah,
We're already 8
right.
days in, and so much has already happened. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Even in the Pokemon scene, like so much has already happened.
I know. We're on a roller coaster, guys.
Yeah,
In the Pokemon world.
TCG's popping off, the anime is popping off, and now all we need is the video games to start going at it, and we will be set.
I need VR Pokemon, and I'll be a happy camper.
Actually,
do you guys
it
think
is
that
the 25th anniversary, so anything can happen, right, guys?
True.
That's what I was about to say. Is what do you guys think they're gonna do for the 25th? My personal bet is I think Let's Go Johto is for sure gonna happen. But what else do you guys think?
I really think, for me personally, anyways, I really think that because I'm such a simp for Gen 4, basically, I love Gen 4. I really want the Sinnoh remakes to happen. Now, whether or not that actually does happen, it's a different story. But I personally would love to see it. And I mean, Let's Go Johto is cool too, because like the cool thing about Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee for Kanto was that I was able to play it with my niece. And so like it gives that like you get to pass it on kind of thing. So I feel like the being able to start those games over is kind of nice for like a new generation to get into it. And then for like in general, I think the anniversary set, which I think it's supposed to go out, or it's supposed to come out like later this year or whatever. But when the anniversary set comes out, I think that is just gonna, if Pokemon plays it right in terms of like marketing and stuff, which I feel like they will do, but I feel like if they do that, then it will end up being just another big surge. Because like last year, we had the whole like Logan Paul and then Steve Aoki, like all those people like getting into it and like giving Pokemon like screen time essentially. So I feel like with the 25th anniversary, even if it dips down, which I think it's just going to keep going up. It's just going to amp up even further because of that. Like if they play the set right and be like, hey, look at all these cards that are coming back, and like and then all the rumors that I've heard, like reprints of Fossil, reprints of Neo, like who knows what they're planning. And I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like as time goes on, obviously there's going to be stuff that gets leaked and whatnot, or rumors, pop up. But like my personal hope is the Sinnoh remakes for the games, and then just like a amazing set, because Generations, I wasn't around for Generations. I collected cards when I was a kid and then got back into it last year. But Generations looks amazing, like all the artwork and stuff. So if they can do something like that again, I think it's just going to end up, especially now with it gaining the popularity that Pokemon had when it first started, because I know that it dipped down and now it's going back up or whatever. I think that the set, if they do the same thing with Generations, is just going to be like very valuable, I guess.
I feel you. Yeah. How would you guys feel if they did like, I just popped in my head right now, was what if for the 25th anniversary they did like not a reprint of just one set, but what if they did like a best of, you know what I mean, from like across?
That was base set. Base set 2 was that. Base set 2 was
you're right. Yes.
Base set 1, Fossil and Jungle combined. So
that's true.
Oh, really? Awesome. That's what base set 2 is? I thought it was just a complete straight up reprint.
I just realized that like this month that it hit me. I'm looking at the base set because I'm trying to complete the Fossil and Jungle set. I'm like, aren't these part of base set 2? And it just hit me like, oh wow, I never realized that.
So they had their own holiday set way back then, huh?
Way back when.
I'm saying. Still sucks, but it's okay.
It's just because it doesn't have any gold cards in it, GPA.
Yeah,
okay, that's why.
Precisely, dude. But I feel like my opinions on the 25th anniversary, like it's gonna be insane. Like Pokemon and the company, like they know how to hype things up. Like expect a Pokemon Direct, not a Nintendo Direct, a Pokemon Direct on the 28th or whatever the anniversary is, and everything. Like they know what they're doing. Like I know they said Shining Fates is coming out and all that, like, oh, the name sucks or whatever, like they're hashing out Charizards, but like they know what they're doing, and they're doing it for a good reason. Like
exactly.
So, 25th anniversary can't come soon enough, and February 19th as well when Shining Fates release, because everyone's gonna go crazy with content and making videos and TikToks and all this stuff.
Yeah,
this is my first time being part of a Pokemon anniversary, so I don't really know what to expect. I know everyone's saying it's gonna be huge. There's a lot of hype, but What are the chances of they let everyone down? What if they just screw this up? What are the chances of that? Can that happen?
No,
0%.
0%. Literally, last year they on the anniversary of Pokemon they revealed Sword and Shield, like the trailer and everything, a full Pokemon Direct, and so they are gonna do the same thing this year, probably with whatever game's gonna come out in November, and everyone's hoping for Gen 4 remakes. There was a lot of rumors and a lot of evidence going behind it, but the first bit of it when that live stream happened in space on New Year's Eve into New Year's Day, they didn't show anything but Rayquaza and Pikachu, so that kind of bummed everyone out on the Gen 4 remakes happening, but I still believe in it, so yeah.
And I was going to say too, I feel like at least from my like experience, I guess, is that like Pokemon and the Pokemon company in general is notorious for like basically getting all of us to be like, well, that sucked, to being like, oh my God, what happened? Like they basically like knock you down a peg to like build you right back up. And then they go like, it's almost like knocking you 2 steps back so you can jump like 5 steps forward.
Like already they're doing so much in the anime. Today alone, Manny saw it on my TikTok live. I was watching episode 50 and they had a new intro play, and oh my word, this intro is probably the most amazing intro there was like ever. Like, you know, that Pokemon base set anime or whatever, like that intro just you know, that theme song, just this new intro is absolutely insane. Like they're already
they had a lot of Pokemon in there. What was really cool is they had the legendary dogs. That was cool to see.
Oh yeah, they had Suikunente Raikou up here, and I was like, wow, they did the legendary birds from Kanto, and then now they're doing the dogs from Johto. Like, what's next? The legendary trio from Hoenn. I don't know.
You were like a kid in a candy store going through that intro. It was the funniest.
Yeah,
it brought so much joy to my heart listening to you freak out about a Pokemon intro.
Dude, like I'm telling you, like if anyone even in the YouTube, like if you guys aren't watching Pokemon Journeys in English at least, like you're certainly missing out on what is to be the best anime ever from Pokemon. Like they're literally bringing back so many characters. And I don't want to spoil anything on here. You guys can go check it out. I posted it on my TikTok as well, but it's like so good. Journeys is it's amazing. Like Ash has the perfect team ever. He has
Ash is back.
Yeah, literally.
Dude, let's go.
Like
he never went away.
No, but like the Ash is back. If you really want to say it, like the Ash, like the one Ash that we knew, like he's very good. Like the XY Ash, if you guys ever watched that, like he was very like mature in that, like this as well. Like he knows what he's doing. His experience is through the roof. So I mean, watch Pokemon Journeys if you haven't already. It's definitely like the best anime they've ever done.
Speaking of anime, like quick question: your favorite anime character from Pokemon? Quickly. I mean, Ash was the main character, so how can I say Ash growing up? You know, yeah, you lived through Ash as watching. You know, you want him to achieve. But Ash, I love Charizard and Pikachu, and now watching as an adult with my little sister, she's watching the original show. I love Misty so much. She attacks Ash every episode. It's hilarious. It's so funny. What she says to the back and forth between them, like it's so good. Pokestoki, your favorite anime character from Pokemon?
Lieutenant Surge.
Ah, nice.
That's a good one. Yeah,
I like that.
Why the trainers are really cool, man. Just like that when they had to climb like the level of the house to get to, you know, or maybe that was a video game a little bit too. But that was in the TV series. They had to like go to the dojo and beat the guy. Like, who was the rock dude?
Brock? Brock?
No, like the Rock. Oh, it was Brock, wasn't it? Maybe
he was the gym leader.
Yeah, I dig on Brock because then he joined him on the whole journey. You know.
Oh, maybe he's talking about the buff rock guy, the fighting type dude.
Oh
Koga.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Who was it?
It's Koga, isn't it?
No, Koga's the bug.
You mean
Koga's the ninja.
Oh yeah, who am I talking about?
Who's the buff rock guy?
He literally showed up in Journeys as well. I forget his name.
I showed you his card. He has the new card coming out that I showed.
Bruno.
Bruno, that's him.
His father. Yeah.
That sounds right.
Ken, favorite Pokemon anime character?
Just because it off the top of my head, I was thinking about it because I'm like, I don't want to be too basic, but at the same time, I like Max from the Ruby Sapphire Gen 3.
Green hair, right?
He's just like, he's basically me if I was in the show, like just like smart, but for lack of a better word, smart Alec about it. Like he's just like, he's smart and he knows it, so he's going to use it, and then he's going to use it to be like, like smack him across the face. Yeah, so.
Pokédexter?
I would have to say that probably Misty, because she was definitely like my first cartoon crush for sure. So even to this day, I'm still a total simp for Misty.
I love the cosplays of Misty. Those are my favorite.
Yeah.
Barry, your favorite Pokemon anime character?
I feel ashamed. I never really watched the anime. I mean, I watched a little bit of it.
That's okay.
Yeah, so I don't really have a favorite character. Ash. Let's say basically Ash.
Safe bet, bro. Safe bet.
It's like, I mean, I watched the show, but I don't really watch the anime.
Yeah,
so
I got you. A GPA favorite anime character?
It's there's a lot of them that are really good, but I mean
top three. Go ahead.
No,
I'll make it easy.
I can't even. But I really, to be fair, I really like Go in the new anime. Like he's definitely shown like character development from him just not caring about battling to literally being like the person to try and beat Ash and catching so many Pokemon, showcasing so many Pokemon, using so many Pokemon, more than Ash has probably ever used in his entire lifetime. And I just really like the character that they made for Go. So, yeah.
Did you guys hear about a product shortage going into 2021? Did you ever hear about that?
I mean, I've from like what I can tell, like the way how they're doing it now, like for distributors, is if instead of them asking how much, or them telling the distributors, like instead of vendors telling distributors how much they want, the distributors are getting the numbers first, and then they're saying, this is how much we want, we're going to give you this much, and then that's how it's going to work. Like, so it's not really a shortage, they're just kind of like switching it around. So like allocations are going to be short, but the product is still there, but they're just giving it out evenly to pretty much everybody now.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about it, we're going through that right now. Like, no one can get anything.
Exactly. Like, that's why stores like Target and Walmart, they're like completely out of it. Like, especially in my area, like I've been going there every single day after work, and like 5 p.m., 9 p.m. Like, I know it sounds late, but like still, who knows when they restock. But I go there every single day and nothing is there. I've shown pictures to multiple people, and it's literally sorry, it's water. It's literally just like the lunchbox, maybe some Galar Palatins, and then that's it. The next day it's wiped. So like, their inventory is very low right now. But I think for when Shining Fates and Battle Styles come out between February and March, like there's gonna be a lot of stock everywhere because Pokemon know that the 25th anniversary is right in between those two sets. So they're definitely gonna try and like release as much as they can in order to profit on their anniversary, and as well as just get everyone hyped for the rest of the year, especially for the sets in May and in August and in November.
Bro, I don't know if they can make enough, man. I think it's always going to be a shortage, especially if as soon as it hits the shelves, man, the scalpers just take all of it.
Yeah.
They can't make enough unless they do something on the back end, like you were talking about, like it has to deal with the vendors.
I mean, like,
and
one of us, like,
distribution.
I was thinking about it, like one of us should just like, I know you guys are all adults and everything and like have your own things, but I was like, maybe when I go back to college, I'll just work for Target, and then that way, like, I can see the whole process, be like behind the scenes. So like, oh look,
Inside,
here are the boxes, and like, oh look, there goes the vendor. And like, I'll be like, hey, what are your opinions on like people like scalping or whatever? And all that kind of things. But like,
can you do an interview?
Like,
do an interview show, like a documentary.
I know my vendor from Target when I go to school, and I know all the days they restock and stuff. But I mean, it's an idea, but yeah, definitely scalpers are still out there, and I would say they're doing okay. But again, there's so much printing of every single card set, especially like Unified Minds is getting a reprint, Unbroken Bonds got a reprint, Cosmic Eclipse is getting a reprint, and so on and so on. So, yep.
Will that affect the value of the cards, the reprint, you think?
Yeah, definitely. Like the more cards that are out there and the more stuff that are being kept sealed, like it just makes it harder for people to sell it because most people already have it. So like things like premium collections, they're not going to be reprinted. ETBs, as we can see already, like the Hidden Fates ETB got reprinted after an entire year, and it decreased the value from like $350 for an ETB to like $150 maybe or something like that, maybe less. I just know that there's more like out there now than there was like 3 or 4 months ago, obviously, but they're just reprinting so many things right now. It's insane how much is being reprinted.
How do you know which sets won't get reprinted?
It's like a chance sort of thing. Like we don't know if Sword and Shield or like even like Team Up hasn't gotten a reprint yet. So everyone who's holding on to Team Up and having their sealed collection, basically Team Up, those cards from Team Up, the Rainbow Pikachu and Zekrom, like those cards are going to hold their value for a while. But if a reprint comes out for Team Up, then you can see them like crashing like crazy and everyone trying to panic sell as much as they can to profit as much as they can before the reprint comes out. And then everyone's just going to buy the whole thing of that reprint and then potentially keep a bunch of things sealed or pull like the Rainbow Pikachu and Zekrom and just decrease the value of that, which is like we saw that with Champions Path. Everyone's 3 reprints in a row, like in the month of December, and the Champions Path Zards like went from being 1,000 or so at launch, 500 halfway through, and then now they're like 200 or 250. Like it's kind of sad, like to see that happen as a investor in the modern era. I know investment in the modern era is not like really an investment, but I mean the value just goes down, which is everyone doesn't like to see value go down. So.
But it's good for the kids, man.
Definitely.
Like all the reprints, like
That's why I like gold cards because nobody caters to them enough to actually collect them all, but I do. So it's very nice to have a specific, unique collection, especially in the modern set. And especially in the modern set, that's hard to find a modern set.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, GPA has all the gold cards he wants to collect and stuff. I've been thinking about, like, just because I love it so much, and I know that there's, like, the rumor for the V-Union, like GPA was saying in one of his videos or whatever. Like, I want to collect all the tag team, and I put it in air quotes because now it's not going to be tag team, but, like, I would love to collect all those. So, like, Unified and Team Up, like, that would be something that I'd like to achieve just because the alternate artwork's nice. The rainbows are cool. All the team, like the combinations that they come up with are just like, they amaze me. Like some of them are like, that kind of seems obvious, you know, like Cosmic has the babies. So the Cleffa, Igglybuff, and Togepi one. And then, but then like Charizard and Braixen or Blastoise and Piplup, like why wasn't it Blastoise and Empoleon? Like what was their thought process? So like that intrigues me that they picked the Gen 4 first stage starter and then paired it with the third stage starter of Gen 1. So it's like, why did they do that? Like, is it because Empoleon and Blastoise would have been too much? Like, and then the artwork that comes along with it, like the alternate art for Blastoise and Piplup is the one where it's like in a little bubble, or like the alternate artwork for Magikarp and Wailord is Wailord using water to blow out of its blowhole and squirt and push Magikarp up in the air. Like there's just so like it's like dynamic. It's like telling a story just in one card. So like that's why I feel like those are the cards that I would personally try to collect. And then of course like the trainer arts from Cosmic Eclipse, which is just another reason why I like Cosmic so much, is just like those little like things, because you know every card has got its own artwork and everyone looks cute or whatever. Like, you know, for me I like Larvitar, so like all the Larvitar cards look cute or whatever, but it comes down to the like actual artwork in terms of like trying to tell it all. So that's why like I think Generations is cool because it has like that Charizard line, the Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. I think it's Generations.
Yeah, and it has the story behind it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then like, so I feel like the alternate arts kind of do the same thing. So like for example, with the new battle styles coming out and the alternate artwork for the Rapid Strike one, the water one or whatever, like you can see that like the water's rising behind him, and then you just see a bunch of Cramorant and Arrokuda and Clobbopus that were probably in that water, and you just see it like come behind him. So like it's dynamic, and I like that in the card, and not just because it's like a full art card, like the whole card's artwork. It's just because it tells that story.
Yeah.
Kind of in a way, I guess.
Yeah, I like the term dynamic for those cards because it's like the amazing rares. They just pop out at you. Like they're just so beautiful.
Yeah.
This is a tough question right here. I don't even have a good answer for it. Maybe you guys do. What card do you think will spike next? Recently there was what's the company called that they do the auction sales on eBay?
PWCC.
Yeah, PWCC. They had like record sales for the Charizard and Lugia, where those cards like spiked, especially that Lugia. Like no one saw that coming, how expensive that sold for, how much money it sold for. And the question is, what card do you think is going to spike next? I don't even really know how you predict that. I don't know. I think
you got to go with like the nostalgia, you know, like what was in the show or in the video game that had like a super significant role, you know? I don't know. That would probably be my best bet.
Lugia is the face of Gen 2, especially being on the cover of the Game Boy game, and everyone loves Lugia. And then Charizard's the face of
I think probably Woobat is my guess.
Nice.
It's a good guess,
That's
good guess.
I like that artwork that you did there. That's awesome.
I think
that is cool.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be Lugia as well. I'm actually surprised that we haven't seen that spike yet happen. I actually thought we were going to see it like happen almost immediately after that.
Well, it happened to Lugia.
Oh, that's what I mean is like it happened with Lugia, and then I thought like Lugia was going to be basically like the new Charizard.
Okay.
And that hasn't quite happened yet. But maybe like the market will get so saturated on eBay in a few months when like PSA start sending back all of Fishes and Charizards that maybe, who knows, maybe Lugia will be, the new Holy Grail because there'll be, less of a pop for him. So I would still, my money is still at the moment on first edition Lugia being the next big spike card.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
What's Gen 3? What's Gen 3's like face?
Rayquaza.
Rayquaza. For sure.
Rayquaza.
If you know like anything about the EX series, I've started to learn more about that. Like the Rayquaza Gold Star card is literally like the most expensive card out of that entire thing. Like I think it's more expensive than the Charizard. Don't fact check me on that because I know Charizard's like the fan favorite of everyone apparently, but the Gold Star Rayquaza is like
wait, which Charizard card are you talking about?
The Gold Star Charizard, the shiny Charizard. Yeah, it's from Dragon Frontiers. Yeah.
And I was gonna say too, like with like Rayquaza's for the third generation or whatever, and then you can see that too as like as times went on, like you could see that like shiny Rayquaza for Hidden Fates promo, Shining Rayquaza from Shining Legends. So like, and even a Rayquaza like promo, like they put it in 3-pack of Rebel Clash, and I saw somebody sell it. I mean, it's a promo, so it's not a lot, but they sell it for enough that it's like it was worth to get that card alone because there's people out there that want that one. And then I would say like Generation 4 is probably Giratina, just because that's who I like. But I mean, I don't, and I've seen Giratina go a lot more as times went on, and so I feel like that's how you like can tell which one's the big hit from them. So like Lugia from Gen 2, just because Lugia has still made its presence known. Like, I mean, its most recent set, the Rainbow Lugia from Lost Thunder, is like raw $130 is the last time I checked, or 120, something like that. And so like it just keeps going up. So like you can tell, or at least this is how I've seen it, is like you can tell which one's the big hitter from each generation in terms of the legendaries just by the way that the Pokemon Company treats them. So like Rayquaza gets the best treatment from Gen 3. I feel like Giratina gets the best treatment from Gen 4. Or I don't know, maybe Arceus, but I'm not sure. But like I see a lot more Giratina, like even as just like a hollow rare thrown in and stuff. And then, but you don't really see, like I know Dialga just got released. I don't know if it was Vivid Voltage or Darkness Ablaze, but I know it's like one of the more recent sets. But then like, where's Palkia been, for example?
I mean,
like,
like
I don't know what the last set is that it had, but like it doesn't make as much of a presence, I guess.
The way how I see it, like, is the Arceus Dialga and Palkia card from Cosmic Eclipse is one of the most competitive cards like right now out to date. And like the alternate art form of that with the statues, like that card is definitely a collectible. And I see that card, like especially in maybe like a couple of years, like if you don't have that card, then you're gonna definitely want it now more than ever, because it just looks so amazing for an alternate art GX.
You mean this card? You mean this card, GPA?
Yeah, exactly, that card, the statues. Yeah, that card precisely, and especially since it's like competitive right now for another like year or so, or until this September, it's going to be competitive. Once September hits, it's going to be in expanded, and then the value will just be from collector's item. But I think that card is going to be definitely worth getting for the long run.
I'm seeing two ways of looking at this. You have the vintage and modern. For modern, since I've gotten back into the hobby, all I hear from these kids is Greninja, Lucario. I'm waiting for them to come out with a chase card of one of these guys that the fans love. Greninja's more liked. Like they had the popularity contest in Japan. He was #1. If they come out, if they do a set where they just leave Charizard out for a freaking second, and then Greninja is the chase card, I mean, that card's gonna pop off. He's beloved. He's wanted. They're not making a chase card for him between him and Lucario. So I see that if they ever do that, I feel like they're buying their time. They must know that. They're smart enough to know that. I think they're waiting for the right moment. Maybe 25th anniversary, they'll do something with that. I don't know.
I think they'll do like another voting poll again for the 25th anniversary.
And for vintage, I don't know. American cards, I don't know which card's gonna pop up. I know for Japan, definitely, if you're looking at the Top Sun and Cardass cards, those cards I would recommend you start buying, because those came out before base set 1, before the American cards. And I think if you're able to get your hands on that and just hold on to them, they're already spiking up in price, especially the Top Sun cards, and they're hard to get right now and they're expensive, but they're just going to keep going up as the market matures, as the collectors mature and learn more about them. We're already discovering them, but the main market doesn't know about it just yet. But as they do, they're going to want them because they were the first cards. And also, besides that, you have the trophy cards as well, which are already like unreachable to most people. They're so expensive, like the main ones. You have some cheaper ones, but as the collectors who have more money, who are like rich, and they discover those cards, man, those are going to get even more expensive. And the Charizard card's going to keep going up because people are getting back into Pokemon. But which reminds me, I saw a video recently on TikTok. A card shop owner, he was looking at his shelf. He's like, all the Pokemon stuff he's got. He's like, I don't know what's going on with Pokemon. I don't know what's happening. This is great. I love it, but I don't know. He doesn't understand. And I was thinking as I'm watching, I'm like, okay, well, I know like it's going up in value, so people are buying it, but I think it's deeper than that. It's not just a money thing. I think there's a lot of closet Pokemon lovers, and it going up in value is an excuse for them to get back into it. Like even for me, I made TikTok and I got back into it because it gave me a reason. Like I didn't have a good reason to collect cards as an adult. It was just a waste of money. But now that I know, okay, it's not a waste of money. These actually go up in value, and making these videos is really fun. And I'm becoming some sort of influencer on TikTok in the community. It's a lot of good things are happening from it because I like Pokemon, but because of the money aspect, it gave me a good excuse to get back into it. But I think we all like Pokemon. Like people, a lot of adults, they secretly love Pokemon. It's just we had to grow up at some point.
It's embracing your inner child, like it's like part of that. I mean, it really is. There's like a Pokemon lover in all of us. And I feel like it also connects us a lot too, which is really interesting. Like it's cross generational, it's kind of timeless in a way.
That's true. I've made some amazing friends through Pokemon.
Right.
I've made some amazing friends through Pokemon, like going to Pokemon League. Even 10 years ago, that's how I met my best friend. So Pokemon's been like such a positive force, basically since I was like 11 years old.
I was gonna say too, like the fact that like Manny was saying, we all had to grow up at one point. Like I quit collecting Pokemon cards just because my focuses were elsewhere, as I've grown up. But as I've gotten back into it, I've realized like even as an adult, there's still ways to like you enjoy it for the nostalgic factor and being able to be like a kid again, essentially, with collecting your like childhood hobby, basically. And then on top of that, on the adult side of things, is like it sounds a little crass, but like you can make money off of Pokemon cards too. So like you get to enjoy what you love, and then on top of that, also be able to like invest into it, and then sell cards to people who want them and reinvest, and like so it's actually like something that you could actually like keep as like a for lack of a better word, like a side hustle. Like, if I have a card that I don't want, but somebody else wants, I can trade it to them. I can sell it to them. There's multiple ways of like just building either your collection or building like a portfolio, I guess, of like either Pokemon stocks, for lack of a better word. Like you just have like, you have a Charizard. Like, even though I don't really care for Charizard, I do like it. It's just not my favorite, but I do like Charizard. But like Manny loves Charizard, so then if I have a Charizard card and Manny wants to buy it off of me, then obviously I would let him buy it off of me. And like that aspect allows us as adults to realize that, hey, we're not like, we are, but we aren't, in the sense that like we're sinking money into this, but we can also make money back. So it's like, and then on top of that, we get to enjoy it. It's not something like, and I'm not saying nobody, or that people don't do or don't like their jobs, but like people who may not like their jobs like this. So like they're able to enjoy it and make money off of it. So it's like a win-win. Whereas a job, you have to go do it. You have to make your money no matter what to live, especially as an adult. And I know for like the kid side of things, it's just like, ooh, pretty cards. But like for us, it's like, we know the value of those cards, in the sense that like even if a little kid got a rainbow card and they're just like, oh, that's a rainbow, that looks super cute or super pretty or whatever, then we're like, oh, that card is worth this much money, just because the value we have learned over time, whether it's because we just got back into it or whatever, we've learned over time that those are valuable because they're either very sought after, they're very rare. So like that's just like the value gets increased, and then we recognize the value basically of the cards as an adult, is what I feel like. Like I know kids, I'm not saying kids can't, but I'm just saying like it's a generational gap. So like it's cross-generational that everybody can enjoy it, but it's a generational gap in the sense that like a kid's not going to realize, oh, I have $100 card and I could sell it for $600 if I get it graded and it gets a 10 or whatever.
That's one of my fears with kids and all these openings now on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. They're seeing us open them, and when we were kids, it was just fun opening up packs and getting whatever you got. Now they're watching us open it, and if we don't get the chase card, we're like, oh, we're all negative and mad about it or upset. Waste of money. I don't want them seeing that. I don't want them seeing that and them not enjoying themselves opening up packs. I want them to enjoy every card in that pack, even if they don't get a hollow. Like, that's my
That's a good point. I have a lot of kiddos in my stream, like they're like open up the pack, they're like really anxious to get the pack open, like done with almost, or like get it over with. And
yeah,
I really like taking my time with it. It tests their patience a little bit too, and like reading the descriptions under the card and like learning about each Pokemon and diving into the art, like, because that's what I used to stare at my cards, like keep them in your pocket.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Totally.
The joke I had as a kid, or like when I first, because I think I stopped collecting Pokemon cards probably at like age 13-ish, like right before high school. And I know that like the joke that I had when I would talk to somebody about it is like, the joke was, as a kid, it was like drugs. So like you'd have a Pokemon card and they'd be like, oh, is it a Charizard? You'd be like, you can't believe it's a Charizard. And you like just whip it out and you're like, look, and then you have to like slide it under, because then all of a sudden all the kids rush around you because they're like, oh my goodness, you have a Charizard. And like even though the value of Pokemon has went up, like even other trading cards, like I played Yu-Gi-Oh when I was a kid, and I know like the value of those don't count, but like they're not as like prominent, I guess, as Pokemon is, but like playing those and you'd have, you know, the same, like the Dark Magician or the Blue Eyes White Dragon, that would be like a Charizard or a Blastoise or a Venusaur. Like kids just like have that amazement. So like, and I know like this day and age, like a lot of people, not just kids, but a lot of people want that instant gratification. And I like the approach that like Pokestokey was talking about, like he, like, you know, that he wants to like test their patience essentially, like, and then like Manny was saying, even if you don't get the hit card, it's not the end of the world, because, and that's why I feel like collecting like the set is cool, because then you're like, even though I don't get the hit card, I get another card to add to my collection, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. So even if you pull a common card, you can get excited about it, like, oh yes, I needed this one.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
This is a fun question. Do you guys own any cards that would be really hard to sell? Pokédexter.
That would be tough to sell. I think, yeah, I do actually. So I was going through my vintage collection over the last couple of months, and I found a Ninetales from base set, and I was initially like excited. I was like, oh, I could send this off to PSA and maybe sell it in the future. And then I turned it over. And I guess as a kid, as a way of marking like dibs, essentially, was I had clearly wrote on it my initials JD on the back of the card. And it's a first edition Ninetales too. So I basically completely ruined the value of it. That would be a tough card for me to sell, considering I've engraved it, my initials.
So you took that question differently, and I like it. I meant like, what would be hard for you to sell, like, because you're so close and attached to that card?
What would be hard for me to sell? Ironically, also maybe the same answer too, because I don't have any other cards that have like my stamp on it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and clearly, if I put my stamp on it, it must have been like my first holo, maybe. So yeah, I think the same answer. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it reminds you of being a kid, seeing your initials on it.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd love to get it slabbed, actually, just like not graded, just slabbed up.
Protected. Barry, do you have any cards, or maybe if not, any artwork?
Yeah, because I do sell the cards that I paint, but there's one that I will never sell, and that's my Lugia that I painted.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is mine to keep, so that will never go into my shop.
Right on.
That's my favorite. It's never going to be for sale.
Cool. GPA.
Sorry, my mic was muted. One card I probably would never want to sell. I mean, to be fair, like any gold cards that I only have one of, but that's like for the collection. I think for one thing it'd probably be the Shiny Charizard GX, only because that was my first card that I ever got, like really, really valuable card. And I got it in my second Hidden Fates tin ever. And it was also my first ever Shiny GX card from Hidden Fates at all. So, and I only pulled that when I was at like 200 followers on Instagram. And I think that point right there was when I started to like pop off with the community and be recognized and all that stuff. And so I would never want to sell that card, no matter what the value is. It's like a hallmark to this entire journey that I've been through so far.
See, that guy's Charizard did that for him. Okay,
but like that's because and another thing beforehand is I bought Hidden Fates product before, like a Raichu GX box, but it was also like a faulty one where all the packs were resealed and everything. And it was from Walmart. And it was the one box that I found before opening the Hidden Fates tin that had the Charizard GX. So it kind of like that good karma for like being duped off Hidden Fates for the first time. And then the second time I open it, it was like, here's the shiny Charizard. We're so sorry. Here you go. Like that. So yeah, definitely that card. Never sell.
Good answer. Ken.
I'll go the way that Pokédexter did, and definitely say the card I could never sell just because I did the same thing. My sister and I, when we were kids, would play with we had our own, like our whole collection basically was together. So like as kids, we weren't, I didn't think anything better. So I initialed on the back of cards that were mine basically. So like I have this Pikachu, the Delta species Pikachu. And I put my initial on the back of that, and then I also have this cool looking electric energy.
Oh, nice.
I don't remember what the set's from, but yeah. So I wrote on the back of those, and then the only other thing that I would not sell is because I bought it myself. And shout out to Barry is the painted Larvitar card that he made me.
Hey,
and I got that. I was gonna say I got that. Like I think I was like maybe 75 followers on TikTok ish. Like I was really small. Just started posting videos, and I had asked Barry to make me one, and then he posted, and then I was like, I will definitely buy it from you. And then it's been sitting on my desk with where I open my Pokemon cards and stuff. It's been sitting there ever since.
That's awesome.
So,
Barry, you're loved by the community.
Yeah, that was like so long ago. That was I don't even think I had 1,000 followers when I did that, like a long time ago.
See the difference is. Okay.
Sorry, Ken.
Oh no, I was just gonna say the difference is that Barry's got like 40,000 followers, and I've only got 2,000. So clearly, he is well loved by the community.
He has more than that, buddy.
I know. Last time I looked, it was like that, but
Harry, what are you at?
Okay.
What are you at now?
How many followers you got?
66.4.
Nice.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I can't wait to go check out your artwork, dude. I'm really stoked about it.
Oh yeah, I followed you right before we started. So.
Oh, right on, Barry. Thanks.
And he's been gone over in the middle of the ocean, stranded for a month, and he still has that many. he would have like 100K followers right now if he didn't go away for.
My page is like dead right now.
Where'd you go, dude? Barbados?
My video views are like so down. I need to start painting again. So.
Paint them up, man. I know some people.
Where were you, Barry?
What? Oh, yeah. In the middle of the Gulf of Mexico on an oil rig. So
for work, he was working.
Yeah. For a whole month.
Working hard.
Went out there, supposed to be there for about a week. That turned into 4 quick.
But I do have to thank you. I have to thank you, Barry, because you were away. I won Best Artist of the Year.
Oh my God.
The Poke Award. I swooped in.
I was gonna say just like that. Barry's like, they're like, Barry who? Go Manny.
Yeah, and then he starts painting Pokemon cards while I'm gone. It's like, come on. It's like I gotta get in.
He definitely said that somebody had to do it, and I'll be the one to do it. And
I had to squeeze in a last minute duet. And right to get in right before the end.
It was very close. Like the votes were really close, but it turned out to be like maybe 10 votes off.
I'm curious.
What was the number?
Look, Barry was late.
I want to recount.
When the
count.
When the awards came out, you're supposed to duet the video and go to your followers like, hey, vote for me. I did it, and then Barry did it last second, and he still almost beat me.
That's the power of the artist on TikTok.
He has very passionate fans.
Yeah.
Pokey Stokey, what was the question again?
You.
Oh, what card would be
card
hard
I can
to
never get rid of? Yeah. I got you. I've been eyeing it this whole time. My Dragonite right here. That I think it was from the movie. It was either the Dragonite or the Mew when like you went to go see the movie, and like you got the promo, and I just remember it just ties me back there, man. I could never get rid of it. I think my Meryl too. It's like a common Meryl, but I like it's my favorite card.
Yeah, the Dragonite card was part of there was 4 cards that came out for the first movie promotion. It was Dragonite, and then there was Mewtwo that came with it. And Electabuzz, which was random because I don't remember him in the movie.
Yeah,
and then
he was the only one not in the movie.
And then the 4th one I think was a Pikachu, maybe.
It was the Pikachu like flying around the garden, maybe, or like in front of the vines.
I have it in my closet.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I like those guys a lot.
Yeah, the old school promos are so beautiful. I think they're way cooler than the new modern promo cards.
I also just liked that they only gave it away that one time. You know, it was like if you were here, like you got the card and that's it. You know, like I think.
Yeah, same thing with that the ancient Mew. You definitely had to go to the theater to get.
Was it? That was
the ancient Mew card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for me, what cards would be hard to let go of? Literally any vintage, anything vintage, I cannot let go of because I don't want to miss out on them going up in value. I'm gonna be holding onto them until like I'm about to go homeless. I don't want to get rid of them. I don't want to miss out. I don't want to regret letting go of them. And vintage, even modern, any Charizard card I wouldn't want to let go of because I'm gonna go up in value unless they keep doing reprints. And then modern, I'm pretty okay with letting go of any sort of modern card, except for my Mario and Luigi Pikachu cosplay cards because those are very valuable, very rare. I don't want to get rid of those either because those are another set of cards that I feel like are going to keep going up in value. So I just want to hold on to them forever and buy a house in 60, 70 years. I don't know how much they're going to be, but yeah, good answers, guys. Good answers.
Are you just about to jump to another question? I got to bounce out of here.
You know what? It's a good time to end it anyways. We've been on for an hour and a half, so this was
I'm not trying to kill the party, dude.
No. This is a good. This is
how long it usually lasts.
It's a good point.
Cool. I gotta pee, man. I gotta pee.
Yeah, and I know you got your live stream to do. So we're gonna quickly, everyone, just plug their thing. But yeah, this was a good episode. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Great answers. Thank you for the questions, everyone. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Yo, Barry, yo, quick. Take your time, whatever. But anything you want to plug?
Yeah, if you want to just come to my TikTok page, watch me paint some Pokemon cards as Yo Barry Yo. Hope to see you there.
There you go, Mr. GPA.
Yeah, so it's PokeGPA on all platforms. We got Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and Discord as well. Their links are in my bio. Anything from the TCG, the video games, to the anime, Modern Expert is where it's at, the PokeGPA TikTok page, and host of the Pokemon Awards.
Yeah. Ken.
I just have TikTok at Ken Newcomb. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with you guys hanging out here. I definitely want to do this again. And yeah, that's about it.
Spell Newcomb for the people.
No, it's like Duke Nukem, the old video game. So it's Nukem, so Nukem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming. Pokey Dexter.
What's up, guys? I'm specialize in vintage Pokemon cards, mostly over on my TikTok at Pokedexter_. And I also stream over on Twitch Wednesdays and Saturdays at Joe_Dexter.
What do you stream?
Variety streamer, so I change it up every stream.
Okay. What's some of the things you stream?
So on Saturdays we do community games like Jackbox, and then on Wednesdays we usually do things like maybe BioShock or maybe a horror game, or Life is Strange is probably one of my favorite games ever. So we really keep it fresh every week.
Oh, I gotta swing by.
Yeah, man, please do.
Pokey Stokey.
Oh, dude, Manny, it was great connecting with you today, and everybody else. I'm super stoked to meet you guys. It's really fun being here. The Pokemon community is just, it's brought me into a great place in 2021. Give me a lot of hope. And you can just come to my TikTok. It's Pokestokey. I open up some cards. I try and do like as many giveaways as I can from basically donations. So I'm just pretty much doing that, staying stoked on Pokemon. You can follow my Instagram too. For like trades and up for sales and stuff like that. But otherwise, I'm just stoked to be here. Yo, what's up, GPA?
Nice. Dude.
I'm gonna tell you guys this. I feel like this guy is gonna grow very quickly. So hop on the train now. If he can,
it's been a wild ride.
If he can stay consistent with this, he's got a bright future in front of him in the Pokemon.
There's only so many hours in the day, dude. There's only so many hours in the day.
That's the good thing about TikTok, man. It's so quick to make a video. Bam, bam, bam.
Too long editing.
Oh yeah, you edit outside of TikTok, right?
No, I did everything in TikTok. It's messed up.
Yeah, that's cool, man. All right, guys, for Manny Simone cards here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, please follow me everywhere. I post different content to each platform. On TikTok, I do card paintings just like Yo Barry Yo. I took his job.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I was keeping the seat warm for him while he was away. That's what it was. But I do Pokemon openings and duets and everything Pokemon, and I do commissions as well. Please hit me up if you guys want a commission done of a card or a drawing or a painting of whatever Pokemon, anime, superheroes, portraits of yourself, whatever. I do it all. Subscribe to YouTube. We do Creators Live every week, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hit the notification bell. Thank you, everyone who joined on YouTube. Appreciate you guys sticking around and hanging out with us. Thank you so much that you found us interesting at all. Thank you for sticking around to the end. Oh, God. That's it for us, guys. Thank you to the co-host and the guests today, and thank you, YouTube. And let me end this live stream. Bye, guys. Thank you. See you next week.
See you guys soon.
Whatever Pokemon, anime, superheroes, portraits.